Array is a collection of related data items that hold in a that are stored in a continuous memory locations. Okay, array is a collection of related data items that are stored in a continuous memory location. And also this array has a common name to all these particular elements. Okay, and also it has an index value to iterate to the number of elements here. For example, let us assume that I am teaching this subject, and this subject I want to collect the marks of these students. Like 6 students are there or 5 students are there in my class. I want to collect the marks of these particular 5 students. These are having same name, right? Marks is the same name and also same properties are there. Then what I will do, I will just create an array with the M, which represents the marks, and I will create students here. Okay, 6 students I have created. And I will store those particular marks. For example, first one got 10 marks, 9 marks, 8 marks, 9 marks, 9 marks, and 10 marks. Okay, I'm just storing all these particular values here. So what is the definition here? Definition is it's a container, right? This is a container and that holds a fixed number of values. That is whatever the number you have defined here, 6. So 6 values are stored here, fixed number of values here of single type, of same type, that is integer type, right? I'm not going to collect the data like this. For example, in one case I'm taking 10, in another case I'm taking 10.50. Or for example, I am not taking A here. So this is a different type. So these are collection of related data items. These are known as related data items. These are non-related data items because there is no common relationship between these data items. So 10 and 10.50 are different. 10.50 and A is different. A and 10 is also different, or of all different types. This is a integer type. This is a floating point type. This is a character type. But here you can see 10, 9, 8, 9, 9, and 10 all are of same type, that is of integer type. Clear? You understand the point? So that is an array. An array is a collection of related data items that are held in a common memory location sharing a common name here. Okay, that is the definition of an array. Clear? So when an array is created, length of the array is fixed because we are creating static arrays here. So the length of this particular array is fixed here. Okay, we do also have dynamic arrays that we will see further. So the syntax for creating an array is, first one is you need to specify the data type. So what is this? This is the data type you have to specify. Which type of array you want to create? Whether you want to create a integer array, or whether you want to create a floating point array, or whether you want to create double array or a character array. Which type of data type you are using here? That is the first step. Data type should be specified here. Okay, and then you have to specify the name of array. Okay, you have to specify the name of the array. Name of the array may be anything like a marks, okay, like a salary, okay, stipend, whatever it may be. Different things are there. Okay, whatever the name you want, you can give. User defined name can be given. Okay, and then very important is you have to use these particular parentheses. These parentheses should be used. These are known as your array parentheses or square parentheses. So you can use these particular parentheses. This will tell the compiler that this is a array element. This will tell that this is a not a normal element like int a. This is not a normal element like your int a. Okay, so this is a special element. So special element is array, right? So that is equal to new. New is nothing but it is a keyword. New is a keyword that is used for your memory allocation. So how much memory is required for this array? That memory will be allocated with the help of new item. So next one is this is the int is again data type. So of a size I told you, right? This new keyword should know what is the size should be allocated. I'm giving the size here 5. This 5 elements of integer type will be created with this particular name. Okay. So if you give 50, then 50 will be created. Whatever the size you want to give, you can give that particular size here. Hope it is clear. But here is it is another way how we can create the array. So you can just write int x equal to 10, 20, 30. Then what happens? 3 elements will be created. Okay. And it will be given with the name x. For example, the array will be created like this. Okay. So the name of array is X and it is having how many elements? 3 elements. First element is 10, second element is 20, third element is 30. This is index is 0, 1 and 2. Okay, another way of creating an array is like here, this also we can give new int 10, 20, 30 can also be created. There are different ways we can create. We can follow any particular procedure here. So main thing is data type. This symbol should be used and also name of the array should be used. Name of the array should be used and new keyword. What is one way? This is also another. So here one point you need to note here is length of the array is determined by the number of the values that you are going to store. In this case, how many values you are storing? 3 values are storing. Okay, so size of the array will be 3 here. Okay. So if you want to know what is the length of a particular array, you have a built-in parameter that is x dot length, array name dot length. Okay, for example, my array name is x, so I'm writing it as x dot length. For example, my array name is a, then I will write a dot length. What this a dot length will do is it will return an integer variable. Okay, integer variable or integer value will be returned so that note the size of that particular array here. For in this case, the size is 10. So 10 will be returned. Some important points we will see regarding array. So as I told you that whenever an array is created, so it is sharing the common memory location. It is common memory location means let us assume that there is an apartment is there. An apartment is there. In this apartment, there are flats are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are flats are there. Now, for example, if I want this person, one person want to convey the address to his friend, what he will tell? What is the name of the apartment he will tell? For example, XYZ apartment. So he will tell same XYZ apartment. For example, this 6% want to convey the address to his friend, then what he will tell? He will also tell XYZ apartment. Now these two friends will confuse, both are given with the same name XYZ apartment, right? But so they don't know where how these two persons can live in the same particular house here. So that's why we are dividing it into blocks, flats. So one name is separately given, apartment dot one, apartment dot two, apartment dot three, apartment dot four, 5 and 6. Means XYZ dot one, XYZ dot two, XYZ dot three. Like this, we are going to separate the index value again. Okay. Similarly, here array index always start with 0 and end with the n minus 1. End with n minus 1, where n is nothing but the size of array. N is the size of array. In this case, I have 3 elements. For example, let us assume that I'm going to create an array with the name A is equal to new int of like 3. So what is the size of my array? 3. Right? 3 minus 1, how much? It is equal to 2. So 0, 1 and 2 it will be. Clear? So that is a 0 to n minus 1. Array index will be there. So now this can be written like this: a of 0, a of 1, and a of 2. That is equal to 5, 7, 99. Like this. A of 0 value is 5, a of 1 value is 7, and a of 2 value is 99. Clear? So whenever you want to create an array, no, you have 3 basic steps in creating an array. So first one is declaration of array. Second one is initialization of an array. Third one is accessing an array. Already we discussed about declaration. Already I told you how to declare the array. So this is the way how we can declare an array. So data type, name of the array, this parenthesis, new keyword, again data type and the size of array. This is the size of array. Okay, this is the new keyword for memory allocation. This is the array representation, name of array, name of the array. This is the data type. Okay, these are the basic things that are taken. This is the declaration of array. What you are doing in declaration is you are telling your compiler that you are going to create this type of an array. Next one is initialization of an array. What do you mean by initialization of array is, now if you see this array is created with some memory location with the x value, it is created some memory locations like this. And it has how many values? 5 values are there. And it have given indexes like this. These indexes are given. Okay, everything is fine. But is there any data in this? There is no data in this, right? Initialization is nothing but assigning the values to these memory locations is known as your initialization. And this initialization can be of two types. That is, first one is static initialization, and second one is this one is dynamic initialization, right? Static initialization and dynamic initialization. Two types of initializations. In static initialization, what happens is we are going to define the values in the program itself. When you write a program, there itself we are going to initialize the values. Just like in the previous case we have seen, right? So here itself we are going to take it and 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. We are going to initialize it here. Okay. So this comes under to static initialization. Dynamic initialization, we are going to read the data values. We are going to read the data values from the keyboard. So dynamically we will read it from the runtime. When you run the program, at that time we are going to read the values. So now we can say, so what is the difference between these two? In static, whenever you take a static declaration or the initialization, in this these values are fixed for every execution. You run for first execution, second execution, third execution. Any number of times you are going to run the program, array values will not be changed. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 will be there. In dynamic initialization, every time you are going to run the program, you will get the new values. You will get the new values here. Clear? So that is the difference between a static initialization and dynamic initialization of your arrays. Third one is accessing. What do you mean by accessing is, you have your program and also you have your memory. From program, you are going to send the data to the memory, and from memory, you are going to read the data from the program. To the program, you are going to read the data. Okay, send the data, or we can also call it as write the data, and here read the data. Okay, these operations are known as your accessing of the data. Means it is in memory. I'm going to write it into the memory from the program. Okay, then we call it as a accessing. Similarly, reading the data from the memory to program, this is also known as your accessing of an array. These are the very important three steps in creating an array: declaration, initialization, and accessing of an array. When I tell you the program, I will clearly tell you how to do these three steps. Now these are all copying the data that we will see later. So now coming to types of arrays. What are the different types of arrays? So if you take different types of arrays, there are two different types of arrays. Okay, just I will write it here. Types of arrays. There are two different types of arrays. That is, first one is single dimension arrays. Next one is multi-dimensional arrays. Okay. In single dimension, we are having only one dimension, that is rows. Like this, the elements will be there. In multi-dimension, we have more than one dimension. It may be a two-dimensional, it may be a three-dimensional array. For example, if you take a two-dimensional array, we can read the data in two ways. We can read the data in the form of columns like this. Okay, and also we can read the data in the form of the columns like this. So these are known as your columns. These are known as your rows. So for example, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can read the data as 1, 2, 3, or also I can read the data as 1, 4, 7. Okay, 4, 5, 6, or 2, 5, 8. So this also we can take the data. So this is one way, and this is another way of reading the data. Understand, there are two dimensions of the data, rows and columns. So that's why there are two types of arrays, that is single dimensional array, multi-dimensional array. Again, in multi-dimensional array, we may have have two-dimensional, three-dimensional, four-dimensional, and till n-dimensional arrays are there. But practically, we will see only two-dimensional arrays here. So again, when you want to create a two-dimensional array, the same thing we have to follow. The same three steps we have to follow. What I told you previously. First step is creating. In creating an array, first step is declaration. Second step is initialization, and third step is your accessing of array. This is here for two-dimensional array. Okay, but declaration we will see. In declaration, same thing will be there. Like int array name two, like two times we are going to take this particular parenthesis. So equal to same new int of subscript 1 and subscript 2 we are going to take. In subscript 1 we are going to write number of rows. Okay, in subscript 2 we are going to write number of columns here. Okay, so when this is created, the array will be created in memory like this. First three rows will be created and three columns will be created. Now the index values are for rows 0, 1, 2 is the index value. For columns, it is 0, 1, and 2 the index value. Right? Like this it will be. Now this element is known as 0, 0 element. So this one is 0, 1, 0, 0 element, 0, 1 element, 0, 2 element. Okay, similarly 1, 0, 1, 1, and 1, 2 will be. Similarly, 2, 0, 2, 1, and 2, 2 will be. These are the locations how we can write. For example, this one is a 2, 2 element. Right? So in this way, the locations will be given to this. Now we're coming to the initialization. When you want to initialize a two-dimensional array like this, so how you have to do this one is, so just to open the parenthesis, open another parenthesis for the first row. In the first row, I have to take like 1, 2, 3. The first row is completed, comma. So take the second row, 4, 5, 6. This is the second row, comma. And third row, 7, 8, and 9. This is the third. So 1 will be stored here, 2 will be stored here, 3 will be stored here. 4 will be stored here, 5 will be stored here, 6 will be stored here. 7 stored here, 8 stored here, and 9 is stored here. Understood? So this is how the declaration, static initialization will be done. Again, I will tell you one program on the dynamic declaration again. Similarly, coming to the third step, that is accessing. Accessing is nothing but from program to memory, send the data and read the data from the memory to program is known as our accessing of the data. Clear? So that is the representation of a two-dimensional array. In this, first we will create array 1 dot java. We'll create. Okay. Let us go and code this. Sorry. Main. So what we will do is we will see first static array, static one-dimensional array, and then we will see the static two-dimensional array, and then we will go for the dynamic one-dimensional array and the dynamic two-dimensional arrays. Okay, in static, I will just quickly declare a array. Int a we will take. Okay, we'll take parenthesis equal to new int. Okay, just we'll take like this, and we'll take the size of 5 here. Okay, just we'll declare the array. The other way we can declare the array is directly we can take int a equal to static initialization we will do, since we are doing static 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50 we will be doing. So this is a static initialization. I will comment this. Okay. So this is the way how we are going to do. So now our array is ready. It was created in the memory and it is ready. Now we have to access it. So whenever you want to access an array, we need to use a loop here. the loop we can take is, we can take a for loop here. Okay, for int, okay, I equal to 0, index value starts with 0, I less than, what is the size of array? Already I told you that a dot length can be taken, a dot length you can take, and then I plus plus. Okay, just to open this for loop, and in this for loop we just print system dot out dot print line. Okay, and just print the I value. We cannot print the I value here, we will just print the a of I value. Okay, a of I value will be printed. Okay, so this is how a simple static array can be created here. So before this, what I will write it here, I will just write a simple system dot out print line. I will be writing that array elements are, just I will write like this. Okay, and then we will print this particular. Terminate with a semicolon. Just we will go and run this. So see, what is the output here? Array elements are 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. So we'll do the another program. In another program, we will write it as array 2 dot Java. Okay, in array 2 dot Java, what we will do is, okay, okay. So here what we are going to do, we are going to take an array with the same name we will take, like array A will be taken. But this time we are having how many parentheses? Two subscript values. Actually, we are taking static, right? So in static, I told you that we are having first row should be taken, like 10, 20 we will take, comma. Again we will take another row, 30, comma, 40 we will take. If you want, you can also take another row that is equal to 50, 60 we can take. So we'll stop it here. So we'll just take a 2 by 2 matrix we will take. So this is the array we have taken. Okay. So now we want to access it. If you want to access, so how many rows are there here? Two rows are there, right? Similarly, how many columns are there? Two columns are there. Means you have to run the loop for two times. One for rows, for columns. So we need two loops here. So that's why we will take like one I we will be taking for the rows and j we will take for the columns here. I equal to 0, I less than, okay, 2, I plus plus. So this is for your first one is for the rows, and next one is int j equal to 0, j less than 2 again, j plus plus. So this one is for the rows, that one is the diagram again. System dot out dot print line, okay, print line of a of I of j. Clear? So what I'm doing, I'm going to access system dot out dot println a of I of j. I'm going to access here. Means first initially I will run and I will show you the loop. Okay, let us go and run this one. So now we can see the output is 10, 20, 30, and 40. We'll go back here and we will take another new program. We'll write array 3 dot Java. So in array 3 dot Java, what we will do, we'll take a main method. First, what we'll do, we have to read the values, right? So we'll take a scanner here. Import Java dot util dot scanner. Okay, util dot scanner you can take, or you want just then you can take like a dot star. You can also take. So anyhow, I will just create a scanner. Scanner s is equal to new scanner new scanner of system dot in. Right. So this was scanner was created here. I will declare an array here. In A equal to new int. Okay. We'll take a loop here. Again, with the help of a loop, we have to read the data. To program, I'm going to read for int I equal to 0, I less than 5. So A dot, we have to declare the length here. You can directly declare the array if you want. Otherwise, you can also take the this one. You can just take the length I plus plus. Okay. So now it is ready. So just we have to read the value. How we are going to read the value? So A of I equal to S dot next int. Okay, I will read one int one time and I will store it in the I value. As the I value increments, the index value also increases. So similarly, I want another array to print that particular values. I will just take this array here again and I will just write printing the arrays. I'm just writing the printing the arrays. So I equal to 0, same everything is there. Instead of this, what I will do, I am not reading anything. I will just write this statement in a out statement. System dot out dot print line of a of I value. Clear. So that is simple. How you can create an array and access the elements. This is for accessing. Means from memory you are reading into your program. This is what I told you. This one is memory to program. Okay, you're bringing from memory and you're displaying from the program to console. You're going to do this one. So whereas this one is nothing but from keyboard to program, means from program to memory you are going to take. In this memory locations, the data will be taken from the keyboard. From the program, it will be stored into the memory. Means it is incoming. We are writing the data here. You are writing the data here. You are reading the data here. You understand what I told you in the previous example. So that is how the accessing will be done. This is a read operation. This is a write operation. So let us go and run this one. Okay, sorry. We have to prompt the user here to enter the value. Sorry. System.out print line of enter array elements. So it was executed. We didn't write this statement here. So we'll tell the user to enter the 5 array elements of integer type. Okay. So let us go under this. Sorry. So now it is asking me enter 5 array elements. I will enter the 5 array elements here. So first one is 10, second one is 20, 30, 40, and next one is 50. So see, now it will be printing the elements. So again, I will write this statement here. So I will just copy this one. I will prompt it. So and I will write array elements are as below. Okay, just we'll write like this and we'll run again. So let me clear this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let me clear. I will show you and run it again. Okay, now I'm running the one. So it is asking me array elements. I will take sorry. I will take the random elements 5, 8, 7, 3, and 9. So the array elements are as below, that is 5, 8, 7, 3, and 9. So this is how a dynamic initialization can be created in your arrays. Hope it is clear, like how you did the static initialization and how we do the dynamic initialization. So similarly, you can do it for a two-dimensional array. I will just modify the same program for the two-dimensional array. So here what we will do, we'll just add another subscript value here. And we are going to add the 2 we will take. And we will take 2 column values we will be taking, 2 row values we are going to do. We'll ask the user to enter the array values like two by two array values, like a 2 by 2 array, sorry, 2 by 2 array elements. So first we will take a dot length. So this is for your rows, and for next one is int. We'll take another loop that is for columns, j equal to 0 and j less than a dot length. What is the name of the array? A, right? A dot length plus a plus plus. Sorry, j plus plus. J plus plus. So this is for my rows here. So inside this, I will read the values of this one. So I will just read this particular values inside this. So instead of a of I, what I have to write it here? A of I of j is equal to s dot next int. Whatever the integer you are reading, you will take this and you will store it in this. How does this work is, first it will store the value in 0 0 location. Next it will store the value in 0 1 location. Okay, and next it will store it in the 1 0 location. Okay, 1 0 location. Next it will store it in the 1 1 location. Right? In this way, it will be storing the elements. So this is the dynamic initialization. Similarly, if you want to print, you have to take both the things. Both the loops should be taken for printing this. So just you remove this, just print this one. Instead of this statement, no, we're not reading the data, but rather we are going to push the data to the output. So just write system.out.println of a of I of j. Right, that's simple. So now the data will be printed to this. So let us go and run this one. Before this, we'll clear the console here, clear it, and we have to enter the 4 values. Okay, so let me run this. When I run this, enter the 2 by 2 array elements. That is, first I am entering 3 value. Where it is entered. So see, coming here, first I will enter 3 and I will enter 5. I will enter 4 and I will enter again 5 or 6 I will enter. Okay, so array elements are below, like a 3 5 4 and 6.